What do you get when a sassy Indian goddess meets a stubborn Nigerian billionaire? Sparks, fireworks, and one ex girlfriend that refuses to stay in her lane. This isn't just a love story, it's a cultural showdown, a food war, and a fashion parade, all wrapped in one wild roller coaster ride. From mistaken insults to lavish lace and lehengas. Chai! Jollof will never be the same again. Buckle up because what started as enemies might just end with a wedding you'll never forget. The event is a lavish Nigerian wedding in the heart of Lagos. The venue is packed with elegantly dressed guests. There's an explosion of color in the decor, the sounds of Afrobeat music echoing through the hall, and the aroma of jollof rice and pepper soup fills the air. The entire atmosphere is buzzing with excitement. It's an event that screams wealth, culture, and celebration. Chibuzor, a handsome Nigerian man in his late 20s, walks in with his entourage. He's just returned from studying abroad in the UK, and today is the wedding of his childhood friend, Tunde. With his fresh, sharp suit and charming smile, he is the embodiment of Nigerian luxury and success. Everyone knows Chibuzor, and he's getting plenty of attention from the guests, especially the ladies. He's effortlessly confident, as comfortable in this world of luxury as he is in the streets. As Chibuzor waves through the crowd, he suddenly bumps into someone. "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there." "No, you didn't, did you? You almost knocked me off my heels." Radhika stands in front of him with an air of composure and confidence. She's not your typical damsel in distress. She's obviously Indian, she's got a sharp tongue and a fierce look in her eye, and a presence that can't be ignored. Radhika is stunning, with long dark hair, an elegant sari in shades of red and gold, and an aura of quiet strength. Chibuzor, smiling, said, "Well, I didn't mean to, but I'm definitely glad I bumped into someone as beautiful as you are." Rolling her eyes, Radhika responds, "Please save the charm for someone who is depressed. I've seen it all before." She moves to brush past him, but Chibuzor, not one to be easily dismissed, steps in front of her with a grin. "Hey, I was just being polite. We can't have you ruining your beautiful dress by falling over, can we?" Radhika eyes him, a sharp gaze scanning him up and down. There's something about his cocky demeanor that rubs her the wrong way, but also something undeniably magnetic. She's been in Nigeria for a while, having moved here with her father, who is a successful businessman from India. Radhika's father relocated their family to Nigeria when he took on a major project that expanded his business empire across Africa. However, Radhika, who was raised in a traditional Indian family in Delhi, wasn't thrilled about the move. She felt more at home with the familiar comfort of India than this chaotic, loud, and sometimes overwhelming Lagos. But as the daughter of a man with a rapidly expanding empire, Radhika was expected to adapt. In an irritated voice, she says, "Nice try, but I'm not interested in a polite conversation with you, Mr. Charming." "Fair enough, but I guess I'll just have to find another way to win you over," Chibuzor responds. Radhika raises an eyebrow and says, "You can try, but I'm not making any promises." Just as Radhika attempts to walk away, Chibuzor takes a step toward her. His curiosity piqued. His attention isn't just out of habit. There's something about this woman that stands out in a crowd. He can't quite put his finger on it yet, but he is intrigued. "I don't know if I've seen you before," Chibuzor says. "Are you one of Tunde's cousins?" Smirking, Radhika responds, "No, I'm not a cousin. I'm the one who will be taking over the show soon enough." Her confidence throws Chibuzor for a loop. Most women in this kind of event are thrilled to be seen with a man like him. But Radhika's confidence seems more rooted in her own sense of self than any external validation. Chibuzor asked, "Taking over the show? Is that what you do? You seem like someone who's not easily impressed by anyone." Hmm, that's intriguing. Radhika pauses, smirking. "You could say that. I don't let my guard down easily, and I certainly don't fall for overused pickup lines." Chibuzor responds, "Alright, touche. Well, I'll let you go, but you'll have to at least dance with me before the night is over." Radhika laughs. "I'll think about it." She turns to leave, but before she does, she gives him one last glance, and in that brief moment, their eyes lock. A subtle flicker of mutual interest passes between them. Chibuzor, now with his curiosity fully engaged, watches her walk away, knowing fully well that he hasn't seen the last of her. Radhika is the daughter of a wealthy businessman who relocated his family to Nigeria to manage a multi-million dollar infrastructure project. She's grown up with a blend of traditional Indian values and the modern fast-paced life of an international businesswoman. Her family is well established in both India and Nigeria, but Radhika's reluctance to embrace life in Lagos has often made her an outsider. She's far from the stereotypical Indian woman. She's sharp, independent, and not afraid to speak her mind, which has caused tension at times with her family, especially her father, who expects her to play the role of a traditional daughter. Chibuzor, on the other hand, is from a wealthy Nigerian family, raised with the best education abroad, but grounded by his love for his culture. His father is a renowned Nigerian businessman, and Chibuzor was groomed to take over the family empire. However, Chibuzor has his own dreams and aspirations, which don't always align with the expectations of his family. He's back in Lagos, but his focus is less on the family business and more on his own personal life and ambitions. He is wealthy, confident, and used to women falling at his feet. But Radhika is a different breed, and that's what makes her intriguing. It had been days since the wedding, and Chibuzor had almost convinced himself that the running with Radhika was a run-off, an amusing, albeit annoying chance encounter that he'd never had to repeat. That was until he walked into his uncle's office that morning. His uncle, a business mogul, had just announced a major new project, one that would require Chibuzor to get involved. He'd barely sat down before he saw her walking. Radhika, standing there, looking just as sharp as she had at the wedding, but with a briefcase and a determined look on her face. She wasn't here to flirt or play games. She was here to work. Chibuzor froze, his jaw almost dropping. Radhika, here? He hadn't expected this. At all, he hadn't. But there she was, striding towards him as if she owned the place. He had to remind himself that she wasn't just a pretty face. This was business. His business. It wasn't that Chibuzor and Radhika hadn't crossed paths before. They had, but very briefly. A few weeks before the wedding, Chibuzor had been at his uncle's office when he was introduced to Radhika for the first time. Their interaction had been brief, cordial, but nothing more. Just a hello and an exchange of pleasantries. She had seemed polite then, but this time, this was different. The spark from the wedding still hung in the air. Radhika hadn't forgotten that encounter either. She remembered him. Of course she did. How could she not? The tall, confident man with the smirk that always seemed ready to turn into a smolder. The way he spoke, like he already knew everything. When she saw him again now, her brain short-circuited for a moment. What was he doing here? And why was